Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I will be processing some orders. Not doing that many today. I actually extended my shipping time just because I was getting very overwhelmed with the amount of orders I was getting, so I have cut down my shipping time just to give myself some time to breathe and be able to process orders in a timely manner. But if you're interested in seeing me process these orders, then please keep watching. Alright guys, so right now I'm just sorting out. I have all the sizes pulled and organized by size. I'm just putting my wash instruction cards and the supplies I use to ship, so that at the end when I'm done printing, I will package them and then drop them off at the post office. Like I said, I went away to Jersey last week, got back on Monday, and that night I calculated to see how many items, which equals sales, I had open on Etsy for Twinkleology, and I had 259 items to do. So I've been working through them since then. It is now Thursday. I'm still past 100 and something orders. I have right now, I think 139. I will check that on my computer in a few, but yeah, it's been crazy. Very, very grateful. I don't know if you follow me on Instagram. If you don't, it's Twinkleology. On there I posted, actually like maybe 30 minutes ago, I hit my 3,500 sales. So within, tomorrow would have been 2 weeks from when I hit my 3,000 sales. So pretty much in a day short of 2 weeks, I have hit 500 sales. So that's like insane. But yeah, let me put these over there. We got my poly mailers. And I'm about to start printing. Here, if you guys know, you know. This is my baby platen, baby onesie platen, whatever it is you want to call it. But I have already put it here. I have it dropped to 0, like I always say. I start at the bottom and work my way up number wise, but level goes downwards depending on how close I can get it to the print head. But I'm about to send my first image, so I will be right back. So for those of you who have asked, the software I use for my Ricoh RI1000 DTG printer, which this is the printer, if you're new here, this is the printer I use. It's a direct-to-garment printer made by Ricoh. I have the RI1000 model, and I use the AnaRip software. I never got into Colorgate, wasn't able to log in. I had so many problems in the beginning when I first got this printer that I stuck with the AnaRip. That's what I've been using for over a year now. I have already pre-treated these shirts, did not show that part just because I didn't want to make the video too long. But if you are wondering, the pre-treat that I do use is Image Armor for light garments. I do have a link below where I purchased it. It's garmentprinterinc.com, and if you use code CreativeJasD10, you'll get 10% off your purchase. It just cannot be used on any hardware. But yeah, this is what I use to pre-treat, and I also use a Viper Mini to pre-treat. I do know most people use a Wagner sprayer, but I know that that would not work for me because I am not good with gauging pressure, and I just let something just figure it out for me. So that's why I use that. They also sell that too, but you will not get a 10% off discount if you purchase that because it is considered hardware. But yeah, let me go ahead and send my image over. So I'm gonna pull the onesie. This is a Father's Day design. Sorry I haven't filmed that much lately, but I've been extremely busy. Was traveling last week, so I'm finally back, and hopefully get caught up with everything. So what I use is masking tape. If you've watched my videos before, you do know this procedure already. I wouldn't call it a procedure, but my method. But yeah, if you guys have any questions in regards to DTG printing, feel free to comment down below. You know, Nita Fajita, if you guys watch her channel, she just got a DTG printer. She doesn't have a Ricoh, but she got an Epson. And I'm looking forward to seeing what she creates after she gets that machine up and running, which is very exciting. Especially at the deal she got it for. Gotta be very, very happy for that, because that machine's worth a lot more than what she got it for, so that is amazing. So what I'm doing here, I forgot to show you guys. So if you see this little orange square here, that is telling you that there's an obstacle detected, meaning that it's too high up to where the print head is. So it makes you start rotating the lever. I call it a lever. I don't even know if that's what it's called. But once it turns white, then it means you're good to press it to go in again. It usually happens when you do your first onesie. Usually if you have the same type of onesie, same texture, same thickness, it should stay the same, and you would not have to keep doing this for every single onesie. Now it can change if you have, like, this is a onesie and then you put a t-shirt in there, then it may be different. Not always. So the goal here is to try to get it as close to the print head as possible. So the closer you can get it to the top, the better quality image you'll get. It's a little finicky at times, but it knows what it wants. And it's still saying no. Let's see. Sometimes it's these flaps here, which sometimes works. And I think that's a good level. There you go. So I'm gonna print that. Super cute. And then, for those of you who are new to DTG and don't know the whole process, what it is, let me show you an example. So I take, for instance, let's say I just got an order right now that I have to do, and it's a size 2T t-shirt. You take your shirt, I have everything that I need to pre-treat in my sunroom. I take everything over there because I don't store the liquid or my machine in the sunroom, just because it's like being outside. So if it's like super hot, you don't want it to mess up your liquid or mess up your machine. So I just bring it over there when I need it, and then I unplug everything and bring everything back and store it here. But you bring your pre-treat liquid, which is what I showed before, and your machine or your Wagner sprayer or whatever it is that you're going to be using to pre-treat. I take the shirt, lay it down on a flat surface, and then you do your spray. So that's laying down the pre-treat liquid. So it pretty much acts like a glue. And then you're gonna not preheat, you're going to heat press it. So you put it on your heat press and you press it for whatever amount of seconds or pressure, depending on the garment you're using. And then once you have that dry, you wanna make sure it's completely dry. Once it's dry, you bring it to your printer. You put it on your platen. You go into your NRIP software, send over the image that you're wanting to print on it, size it however it is depending on the size, and then you put it on here. Once you see the image appear on your screen of the printer, you feed it in, it prints. Once it's printed, just like I did with the onesie, you're gonna take it back to the heat press and you're gonna press it again for however many seconds and that you want to set it for. I usually do 30 seconds after I print it. Everyone does it different. I don't want to say my way is the correct way to do it, but that's just what's been working for me. But that is the process of the whole DTG. It's not just, I know a lot of people think you just put a shirt without pre-treating it into the printer and you print and that's it, it's done. It's not. A lot of people say that for white garments you don't need to do pre-treat. In my case, I've tried that and I do not like the quality versus having the pre-treat on there. I feel like the image quality is a lot brighter when you use pre-treat. So everyone can do it however they want. If you want to save money and not have to use pre-treat, that is totally up to you. You can do it that way. But in my case, this is just what I choose to do. So yeah, I just wanted to explain that because a lot of people don't know that there is a process that goes into printing, and then afterwards you also have to press it again. So it's not just feed the shirts into the printer, print, and you're done. It's a little bit more in detail than that. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out. And then my first one is done. I did forget to mention that when I have multiple orders, I send my images in order of size from smallest to biggest, and then I pull all the sizes I need for that one order, and then I go and I start feeding as it continues printing. It just makes my workflow a little faster. Show you how I tape down my onesies and t-shirts when I am printing with the masking tape that I mentioned before. I will do that now. So I need 0, 3, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2. Alright, the first one is Madison. Yep, and I confirm my images here. Right on the screen right here, just to confirm that I have the right size that I am putting on here. So what I do is I feed the onesie onto the platen. Remember, we already did the height adjustment, so it should be the same. The smaller the onesie, you'll see these little, like these little things that it has. I don't know what these are called, these shoulder things. On a smaller onesie, it's gonna tend to be like in the way, obstructing the way, so you'll see what I do to get them out of the way. So I slide over the neckline, so this right here, I just make sure it is over the edge, and what I do is I make sure that it is aligned in the center, and then I take my piece of masking tape and just tape it down so it's nice and flat. These things right here, I will flap over like that so they are not in the way. So you want to get it as flat as possible. And then what I do on the bottom is, I know a lot of people don't do this, maybe no one does but me, but this is what I have discovered that works for me to keeping the onesie in place. So this is what I do, so it stays nice and flat. And then I just send it in. So what it is on here, there's a screen. You see those two green buttons. The top one says set, and you press that, and it will feed it in. Hopefully it's not obstructing anything, and it's not, so it'll print now. So for those of you who are new, let me show you real quick. I'm going to show you my inventory of how I keep myself organized. So up here are my youth shirts, and then these are some more youth shirts. These are the smalls, my extra small, my 4T t-shirts, and I have my 3T, 2Ts, and then these are my 18-month t-shirts. And then down here are all my onesies. I have some of them organized, as you can see, but these down here I have not gotten to. Just haven't had time to roll those up to make more space like these are. So I have more inventory in that box, which I have not opened yet. So I have to do those later on today. All right, so this one is done. There it is, super cute. So same thing applies for t-shirts. I only go up to a 3T now on this platen. Once it's a 4T and up, I go to my medium size platen. So when I purchased my machine, if you guys have watched my videos, you're probably like tired of me saying this, but if you're new, my printer came with the medium size platen. So it can do, I believe, up to like a size large. This one I bought separately for onesies and toddler t-shirts, and I bought the large platen because I wanted to do, when I first got the printer, I was doing like 2XLs, 3XLs for my CreativeJasDesigns strap, and I needed the bigger platen in order to be able to print at a wider area. So back to the t-shirt. This is a size 2T t-shirt, and I do the same thing. So neckline over the edge, I tape it down so it stays nice and flat. Then bottom, same concept. So I tape it down here and here. There was times where I was taping it even flatter, but it's pretty much staying at the same height level, so I figured why waste more tape. So I have my image already here at the printer, and now I'm gonna send it in. So I'm gonna take you to the sunroom just so you can see me pressing the onesie that we first printed, so that one could be done and packaged. All right, so I got my heat press fixed. I was using that other one before, but it's just so much smaller and it just takes longer to do multiple orders, or items, I mean, because this one I can fit 2 onesies at once, except if it's long sleeve, then I can only do 1. So after you print it, you bring it to the heat press. I have mine set, all right, so I have mine set for 330 degrees for 30 seconds. I use craft paper to put on top. I have a Teflon sheet underneath, just because I don't have a platen cover on my bottom platen of my heat press. But what I do is I also, you see these little metal clasps? I make sure it hangs over the edge of the platen of the heat press. You don't want to press these just because, number one, it'll burn you if you touch it after it's pressed. And number 2, you can get rust marks on the back of your onesie, and you don't want that. So you lay it flat on the press. You put your craft paper on top, and you press for 30 seconds. I'm gonna go see after I'm done with this one if Zoe wants to work, because she will bring me the onesies and start piling them up on this little clothesline thing here until I'm ready to come and press them. All right, so this is done. So now it's ready to be packaged. And there it is, super cute. So there's Zoe. So are you gonna work?
I did.
All right, so you gotta clock in. This is a little clock in book here. She does is, as I print, I'll lay it there. She'll bring it over there for me. once it's full, the whole little rack, she'll let me know, and then I'll go over there and just press them all. Then I bring them back and put them in the section that I know that are ready for packaging, and then I continue printing until I finish. Just helps me speed things along when I have help than going back and forth myself for every single one as they get printed. The whole routine is usually when my husband's here, I print, she takes it to the sunroom, and he waits over there and he presses them at the end and folds them and then brings them to me. But since he is at work today, he is not able to help me, so she does the transporting part, and then I go and press once I know I have a good amount over there. Extra small size, a youth shirt. I took off the onesie platen. I got rid of the masking tape. And then I used my medium platen, which is this one right here. This is actually the one that came with my printer. And then this is, so the good thing about this is you don't need the masking tape, because it has this little bar that holds the shirt in place. So for this design, it is a youth extra small. And what I do is I put it in like normal, just like the onesie. Make the neckline come over the edge. And then this has a little circle here, which is the center point. And then you want to make sure that that aligns with the center of the neckline. And then you just lay it as flat as you can. So lay it as flat as you can. And then being that we lowered it back to 0, it's gonna ask me to do the same thing with the square. So you'll see that now. There it is. So here we go again. So now I will take off my platen. So these are pretty easy. They're like magnetic, so put the bar back on. All you do is lift and they come right off. This one. This is the one I keep on the machine. So this is the one I keep. I always lower it to 0 whenever I change my platen to know that I have my starting point already set. So now I will finish pressing those and I'll be back when I'm packaging. All right, so supplies real quick that I use. These poly mailers, which I have linked in my description down below from where I purchased them. And I have my plastic inserts for the shirts. And then I use some tape for if it's like a small onesie, and I tape the sides just to make it tighter. And then my wash instruction cards, which I include in all of my orders. So I'll show you real quick with the first order. I've already separated all the orders with the shirts and onesies. So the order's on top, and then the onesies and shirts are underneath it. So that helps me package quicker. So for this one, I already have the shipping labels put inside of each receipt. And then what I do is I make sure, I count, there's 4 items in this order. And then I just make sure all the correct sizes and names are on the shirts. So I actually have already done this, but this would be a time to verify a second time. And then I take my wash instructions, since I know there's 4. I like to include one with each onesie and t-shirt, just in case they're giving one away. They have a wash instruction to go along with it. That's just my way of doing it. So what I'm doing is just fitting them with the shirts. So then I take them, I take one of my plastic inserts, and I package it up. And then I put my receipt inside. Make sure the receipt and the shipping label match. And I seal it. And then I take the order and I put it inside the poly mailer. Seal that. And then I put my shipping label on top. Actually, it's on the back. And off it goes. So I'll continue doing this now. All right, guys, so that is the end of this video. Hope you guys were able to stick through it. But thank you guys so much for watching. I am now gonna run to the post office and drop these off so they get out to the customers as soon as possible. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing and make sure to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next one.